Hello and happy gaming, everybody. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and I had said that today was the day we were going to be looking at the poll to see what theme run I was doing. It was going to be either Bowser or Ganondorf. So strangely enough, I had to look at the poll just before I started recording, and oddly enough, we only had 2 votes, one for each. It was a goddamn tie at 50-50, and with only 2 votes, I'm actually a little sad that it only got 2 votes. So I looked at him, so with that in mind, I figured no one is necessarily going to be super offended no matter which one I chose. So I decided to be the tiebreaker, and I personally voted for Bowser. So those of you who are hoping for Ganondorf, next time. So what makes a good Bowser run? Well, that first involves delving into Bowser's personality. Cecil, you don't get a vote in this. So Bowser is a turtle dragon, and not only that, but he's a big ol' mean bad brute. Bowser tends to rely almost entirely on physical force when you see him in games, which means that a power build was definitely what we were going for. As far as the Arcana choice, Flame Breath, that makes sense. We've all seen Bowser with Flame Breath. How about Exploding Fireball? How does that make sense? Well, remember in the early games where Bowser would assault you off screen with fireballs before you ran in to fight him? Yeah, this is basically a callback to that. So, Exploding Fireballs. The closest thing I could find to a move where you just shoulder rush into enemies is Ignition Rush, so I couldn't really find just a dash Arcana that just shoved things out of your way, so that was the best I could do. Now, the basic was where I started taking just a little bit of liberty, because we all know that Bowser, as a big bad, loves to smash things. He's typically... he has claws, but in most games, we typically see him punching, which means that it's not like he can't use his claws. We see him do so every now and again, but for the most part, he's perfectly fine just throwing his weight around and using brute force to just bowl things over. So in that regard, I decided to take Earthen Knuckle. It's not the basic that I'm the most comfortable with, but it is the one that most closely suits the situation. Hi, how are you? Hi. You know, it's funny, you weren't doing this all day except for when I start recording. Can you calm down now? Can you calm down? Can you relax? Is that a no? Yeah, he's just gonna be a big old jerk the whole time I'm recording, I guess. Alright, is there anything here that I think really... Yes, I heard you the goddamn first time. So, the other element that needs to be spoken of course, we have a very anti-fire run. Why not? I swear, the game just completely reads what I'm doing and then just goes, alright, anti-that, let's go. So this is going to be a very difficult run, not to mention that Cecil just wants me to fucking die, so... I'm sorry, what caused that fireball to explode? Am I just an idiot? I mean, look at that, Cecil. Even Riku has had enough of your shit. Okay, so that now teaches me how Fire Breath is going to work as a signature, and the answer is I have to use it pretty up close. So, as far as the relic choice is concerned, Stygian Turtle Shell is kind of a no-brainer. That's kind of already a very Bowser item anyway. Also, remember, one of his traits in Smash is that he tends to shrug off weaker attacks anyway. So, again, makes perfect sense. Anything else I find, I will probably have to find some way to justify. But considering that Bowser isn't just limited to brute force, shouldn't be too difficult. I mean, it's not as easy to justify as Ganondorf, but... Alright, so what do we have here? So, the one that I would like to take is Aqua Breaker, but I really can't. At no point can I recall Bowser using the power of water to his advantage. Hammer of Atlas is a much more Bowser thing, though. Reasoning. In later... Tiny Crocodile Heart is okay, but it's really hard to get yourself back to maximum health after taking it, so... I don't know, that one... That one I'm gonna have to really think about. Now, if I find Fueled Berserk partway through, that actually would work very well with the Earthen Knuckle, and yes, it does. It does seem like a very Bowser thing to just go nuts and just slap the crap out of things. Oh, and you can re-angle that while you're firing it. Okay. All these little things I didn't know about Fire Breath until I decided to use it. Ha! You guys are screwed now. No, I didn't just practice a Bowser voice just for this episode. I actually have been doing that voice for quite a while. See, one of the characters I enjoy playing in, you know, the more open-ended Mario games is Bowser. He's actually one of my better characters in Mario Golf, despite how precise you have to be when you pick him as a star character in order to get anywhere. Because I used to be really good at that game, and I haven't practiced it for a long time now, so... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how well I would do nowadays, but that's not what we're talking about. Okay, so... Apparently someone wants to blow up my phone. Also, I'd like to point out that this idea that we're seeing where the game is intentionally throwing things in my way that are very anti-build that I'm doing, I've noticed that this seems to be a pattern. This isn't just me being super unlucky, even though that's definitely a thing. That seems pretty Bowser, and besides, it's gonna help out later on. There we go. So one thing I really need to be careful of is the idea that all of my attacks are relatively slow one-off attacks, so I need to be very careful with what I'm doing. Which means in order to play things rather aggressively, I'm going to need to make good use of Ignition Rush, just to push enemies away from me. Now, that's also partially why I took Mirror Shield, because projectiles are going to be something I have difficulty with, and this will help keep projectiles off my ass. Here we go. Not bad. Oh, I missed! By the way, the justification for the hammers. Remember, in Worlds 5 through 8 in Super Mario Bros., our boy starts throwing hammers just like the Hammer Brothers, indicating that, yes, Bowser can use weapons. I've never seen him use an edged weapon, but oh boy, will he throw hammers. Get out of here. Okay, my aim is awful. But this is also my first run in a couple of days. Which, okay, controller, what are you doing? Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay, if that happens again, I might just have to switch controllers. Yeah, seriously, not cool. That's a maybe. Don't have anything that does air damage. Bowser isn't known for evasion. That's a maybe. I mean, if there's one thing Bowser is known for, it's being a little greedy. So, hey, why not? But as far as how D&D days went, I'm gonna admit, we didn't actually play any D&D this week. And that's because we had a little bit of a scare, and I don't know if I'm right about this. I would rather not be right about this, but I get the feeling that one of my buddies might have the big sickness going around right now. And like I said, I would rather be wrong about that, but I would also rather play it safe and not risk getting it ourselves. Pardon me. There you go. Perfect punches. Really? Okay. What kind of an exploding fireball can't go over a few icicles? Seriously. So I ended up calling it off and having our buddy take himself home. Now, he lives in a group home, and he's saying that his staff does not want to take him to get tested, like, for any reason. And I'm saying, yeah, if they're going to be at all responsible for the lives and decisions of anyone else, they're going to have to. And if they don't, then he should get his mother involved, and they need to sue somebody. Because what he's telling me cannot possibly be the truth. Also, what are these? Iris, what is this? We once again have Iris not doing anything to try to help out, so here we are. Now, I can't think of a time when Bowser used lightning, but if I can, that would justify Bolt Claymore. But that wouldn't make the next stage any easier, so yeah, I kind of feel like I'm on my own right now. The game is really going out of its way to screw me. Lowering the activation speed of all of my Arcana seems like a horrible idea. Alright, so what do we have here? We'll take that, and we'll take that. Alright. Yeah, I'm thinking this run's going to be one of my more difficult runs, just because the game is doing everything in its power to go out of its way to screw me right now. At least that's the way it feels. It's not necessarily the case, but I mean, come on, they gave me Freya first, Zeal third, and are giving me absolutely no means by upgrading my Arcana in between. Like, seriously, what is that? So yeah, this one's gonna be a trick. Megalodon Tooth activated though, which is nice. But isn't doing me any good because that fucking Perfect Storm has way too large of a hitbox. Yeah, this is gonna be a difficult run if things don't start picking up pretty soon here. And yeah, not taking Voltaic Needle. Alright, so now we're on to another stage, which is going to be relatively difficult. But I mean, at least this time around, we have one Arcana that's effective. So, like I had mentioned in the last level, we're just going to have to play it particularly carefully. Can't just go ham, because nothing's going to let us go ham. Alright, so... Anchor of Burden is going to make me a little slower, but Bowser is a character not necessarily known for his speed. Now, as for why I went with a blue robe instead of a green robe like Bowser actually is, or a red robe to signify fire, that's actually pretty easy. Does anyone remember the real Super Mario Bros. 2? You know, the Lost Levels? If not, I would like to bring up the idea that there was a blue Bowser who I believe in the speedrunning community is named Bruce. He is a false Bowser that just shows up every now and again mid-level just to make things stressful. So he doesn't show up often, but when he does, he's, you know, kind of a big major distraction. Once again, I can't really justify any of this. I can't remember any time when Bowser used lightning, otherwise I'd take Shock Nova. Which, not gonna lie, it would be kinda useful right now. For this particular run, that would be supremely useful. But I can't think of any time when Bowser used lightning. Alright, let me rethink. Alright, Super Mario Bros. 1. Fireballs, hammers, jumping around a lot, so I mean... You know, if they give me, like, seismic entry, I'd use that. Hi. Yeah, Cecil, I'm pretty sure you don't know what you're talking about. Super Mario Bros. 2, we got fake Bowser. Otherwise, it's a lot of the same. Please don't do that. Cecil. Yes, you're a very angry bird, I can tell. Oh, this is going to be another one of those cursed recordings, I can tell. Absolutely cursed. Do I need to start taking you into another room before I record? because I'm not going to make my viewers sit here and wait while I'm doing my recordings. Hi. I know you want attention. You need to be a good bird. Anyways, while I was going about all of that, and yeah, like I said, I'm pretty sure this recording is cursed, but I can actually think of a time when Bowser used lightning. Now, forgive me for dipping into spin-off territory, but Mario Kart. If you're in one of the back positions, you can very oftentimes nab a lightning bolt. Hey! Oh my god! Oh, I am so done with this. Am I allowed to talk yet? Hi. How you doing? Am I allowed to talk yet? Just a moment. Come here, you. Come here. No. Cecil? Cecil, can you be good? Can you be good? Relax. Relax. You are being very rude bird right now. You're being very rude bird. Okay, stop. Stop now. Okay, I gotta record now. Ugh. Like I said, very, 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 very cursed recording. I apologize deeply to everybody, but I, at the moment, kind of don't know what to do about it. Aside from move him into another room while I'm recording, but that doesn't seem fair. Anyway, like I was saying, if you're in one of the back positions in Mario Kart, you can oftentimes get a lightning bolt that can shrink the rest of the opponents and slow them down, leaving you in a position to keep going at full speed, and hey, if you're lucky, you can even smush them. So, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of a weak justification, but at this point I gotta do what I can to try to win the run, because everything else is looking pretty negative. Also, why did I charge to do that? What happened there? Also, I would really like it if my controller were to, behave properly. And again, I know it just sounds like I'm making excuses, but trust me when I say that for some reason it is not behaving the way it should be. And yes, I'm going to... First of all, I'm going to charge this one, but second of all, I'm pretty sure I need to just go get a new controller, because this one is not working right. Seriously, first recording I go to do in 2 days, and everything wants to go wrong. I don't mean to complain, but at the same time, there's a lot of things going on that are complaint-worthy right now. I haven't found Anders yet, so we're gonna need to go back and do that. Because I definitely need something to help boost me up a little bit. Of course. Yeah, I'll take it. What the hell? Alright. Well, that's not going to do anything for me. I don't have any Summon Arcana. Alright, so there is a small chance that I might be able to finish this recording now. Very small chance. Because if I know my bird, he's going to start screaming again. But yeah, as I was saying, no D&D this week because things got a little scary. And again, I would much prefer to be wrong about my assessment, but I read some of the early warning signs from a mile away, and yeah, I'm sorry, I can't risk having someone in my house who may potentially have that. So yeah, he's probably pretty pissed at me right now because I canceled on him, because he came over and then told me about the problems he was having, and then I essentially made him go home. So yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm a little pissed about that. So after that, we spent about an hour disinfecting anything that he came within 6 feet of, because, like I said, I am not taking any chances on that. Oh my god, I am just getting destroyed. And it seems like neither the Mirror Shield or the Stygian Turtle Shell are helping very much. Oh my god! What? Okay, this controller needs to get replaced. I can't even with this controller right now. And still nothing to help me boost my strength at all. I'm gonna take that, but ultimately nothing is helping right now. Seriously, 8% damage increase? What the fuck is that? I'm not sure I would even call that an upgrade, honestly. I can see Bowser throwing rocks, but that's more of a Donkey Kong thing. And just because I can see him doing it doesn't mean that he's done it, canonically. So, I mean, even Shock Nova I'm taking some liberties on just because I need some sort of area of effect damage that I can rely on. Everything else is either too close range or too situational. Well, except for Exploding Fireball. Exploding Fireball is actually good, but yeah, Earthen Knuckles, it suits the character, but without Fueled Berserk, Earthen Knuckles is pretty trash. And sorry to any of you who disagree with me on that, or like, oh, Darkseid, you're just so terrible at this game. I'm sorry, but Earthen Knuckles is just too slow. And its upgrade is just a single hit. And there's only so much I can do to run away from enemies. I'm sure that there's probably a contingent of you out there going, Dark Sage, why are you so bad with melee runs? It's easy, you run up to the enemy and you hit them. How much of that time do you spend actually trying to dodge things? Because that is the biggest problem, is that most of your enemies have access to ranged attacks while you don't. That is the problem. Excuse me, what? Once again, why did my B button not do anything there? Now, it's very possible that my spell was on cooldown, but I don't recall it being on cooldown. And feel free to make fun of me in the comments if you want, but this is why I hate melee-based runs. And my controller acting up on me is not helping the situation. I know none of you can necessarily feel feel the gameplay issues that the controller is causing me right now, but trust me when I say that they are present. Okay, somehow managed to make it past them. Nope, can't take that. So not only can I not take most of the things that are dropping, but most of them aren't even all that useful for the run, save for Dragon Surge, which would have been, wonderful. And of course, he just gets to insta-cast that. Yeah, no, this is not a fun run for me. Yep, there he goes again. Okay, did manage to do it. Ignition Drive. I can kinda justify that one. Fortunately, it doesn't help my situation very much, but man, there it is. So, to preemptively answer a question, hey Dark Sage, how come you haven't just replaced that controller already? A couple reasons. One, because it makes a good backup controller for my Switch when I need it, and that's come up a few times, and I gotta say, I have very few problems with it at that point. I need that to survive. And reason number two, because even though it does seemingly have issues that I don't know how to fix, it does have a good D-pad that I like to use for top-down games. because that's one of the issues I have with my other controller, is that even though it's a wired controller and I have very few issues with it on any game, the one outlier would be games like this, where precise movement in all directions with the D-pad is concerned, and I can't get that precise movement with the D-pad on that controller because it's extremely sensitive. So I like the D-pad on this controller, but it seems to have other problems that keep it from being perfect. And it's a Bluetooth controller with all of the troubles and problems that entails. So that's kind of where I'm at with this right now. It's not that I haven't thought about buying a new controller, I just need a controller that meets very specific specifications. And because I'm also on a bit of a limited budget right at this point in time, another problem that I'm having is that even though, yeah, the easy thing to do would be to just go get myself a Nintendo Switch Pro controller and use that with my PC, I can't exactly afford the premium for a Switch Pro controller at the moment. And here we go. So no exploding fireball upgrade, no hammer of Atlas upgrade, just here you'll take what I give you and you'll like it. But I need to actually succeed in clearing the Chaos Trials, Iris. You don't understand. I'm sure she doesn't care. She's making money. The problem with corporate America these days, no one cares. And even though I felt that Shock Nova would be helpful, but turns out, no, not really. Yeah, this is very much a cursed run. Like, there's a good chance I'm not making it out of this fight. Have I mentioned that I hate this run? Because I hate this run. That's the thing, I like Bowser as a character. I like some of the things that Nintendo has done with Bowser. They've actually found ways to make him into a sympathetic character at times, and I find that to be really interesting and enjoyable. Like, they've done Bowser well in the past, and I find that to be really interesting and enjoyable. Unfortunately, all of that enjoyment for the character is not... What? How is he out of my range? Oh my god. Also, why do all of my cooldowns seem to be lasting longer than usual? Or is it just that I'm impatient and actually noticing the cooldowns for once? Also, I think I see what's going on there. The hitbox when you strike upwards doesn't include the actual knuckles, only the palm, seemingly. And about the best thing there is the friggin' jewelry box. And again, I can justify it because Bowser is the greedy sort. Fortunately, that's not necessarily. I'm not taking it for thematic purpose. I'm taking it because if I don't, I'm probably not passing this run. Yeah, the sooner this run gets done, the better. It doesn't mean that I'm going to purposefully throw the run. It does mean, on the other hand, that once it's done, probably not using this combination of Arcana again. This is just a whole bunch of getting fucked. Then couple that in with a potential, not guaranteed, but potential close call. And yeah, everything is just great. So yeah, this has been a fun episode so far, huh? Just nothing but me bitching and complaining. I'm sure that's exactly what you signed up for, right? So I should apologize. I don't mean for things to be so negative. This run is leaving a lot to be desired. I also know that some of you out there are big fans of the melee-based runs, and probably look at my performance right now and just, you know, shake your heads and want to move away from me, and I apologize for that. Everyone who plays this game plays it a little differently, and me personally, I don't really do the melee runs. Or if I do, I need them to be a little bit more balanced. Okay, I gotta go this way. Good lord. This run is just so terrible. Also, not at all helped by the idea that everything was designed against me. Come on! And how come the Stygian turtle shell isn't activating? Oh, she finally gives me fucking exploding fireball. Yay. I think it fucking helps now. Oh, and another boss that just spams projectiles. Lovely. Yeah, I'm pretty much dead. There's nothing I can do here because I can't get close enough to get any damage done. Yep. So there you go, there's my first failed run in a while, and it's because everything decided it wanted to fuck me right up the ass. I apologize. I had said right from the beginning that this was a cursed run, and yeah, it shows. My controller wanted to give me problems, the run itself wanted to give me problems, Stygian Turtle Shell wouldn't activate even while I was getting beat down. I don't know, this was just a bad run, I was playing badly, and everything worked against me, so I apologize for that. Tomorrow I'm going to A, make sure that my controller is charged, see if that helps, and B, we're going to make a concerted effort to have a more balanced run, because this was just awful. This run was just god-awful. Anyways, if you, for some reason, liked this, go ahead and drop a like, leave me a comment. Feel free to let me know what I did wrong in the comments, because I'm sure there will be a lot of people asking me why I didn't do this instead of that, and again, I was probably trying to do it, but my controller wanted to screw me. So, I don't know, I'm gonna have to rework something, because this was such a terrible loss, I can't even fucking believe it. Anyway, thank you for sharing some of your time with me, and I'll see you in the next one. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and I will be seeing you.